What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Constance Annan Show. I am your host, Constance. And if you are watching, you see that I have a beautiful guest with me here today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm weak. My name is Benicia Lovely.
Benicia is actually the woman behind the camera.
Yeah.
Let them know you a videographer. What else?
Whoa, I'm a cinematographer.
And thank you. You got to check me and you got to correct me. Let me get it right. You a cinematographer.
I'm a cinematographer. I'm a editor.
Okay.
I do gaffing sometimes. I do a bit of everything.
If you guys are new here, I have a segment on my show that I like to call Word Association. We got a bowl full of topics. You pull out of the bowl and you fucking say whatever comes to your mind, right?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to get into it. But before we get into it, we got a song that goes with it. Now, I made the song up a while ago, but I need you. I'm going to sing it. I just need you to, have my follow-up, do some type of ad-libs as I sing the song.
I got you.
Ready?
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get into it.
Hey.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
What?
And toot it in. Boot it. Let's get into it.
Okay.
Hey, let's get into it.
What?
Let's get into it.
Get into it.
And toot it in. Boot it. Okay. So we have a bowl here. You're going to pull out of this bowl.
Okay.
You can have your eyes open.
Oh.
What did you pull out?
Vision board.
Vision board. Okay. So mini vision board party as we are approaching 2023.
Right.
I think it is the perfect time for us to plan out what goals we have for ourselves for the new year. All right.
Whoa.
So I'm going to give you this piece of paper. I'm going to bring you a table and we are going to do a text-based vision board. 1 second. Hi, everybody. My name is Constance, and I'm going to show you how to roll a blunt using roaches, but not cockroaches. I'm going to show you how to roll a blunt using weed roaches. You're going to want to take your rolling paper and do this. We're going to open up the roach, the weed roach, and empty it into the new paper. Why throw away your roaches when you can just smoke them? I'm going to fast forward this part. You trippy, man? I'm trippy, man. You trippy, man? I'm trippy, man. I'm smoking Cali Kush. Pull up the drink. Juicy J and crazy. Now, this is not the type of J that you take to the session. This is the type of J that you roll in the comfort of your home because no one is there to judge you. Now back to regular scheduled programming. So, like I said, we are doing a text-based vision board. Just think of a bunch of, words or things that you can come up with in your brain for goals for the new year. Right?
Okay.
And afterwards, we are going to have to show it to the public.
Okay.
So if there's any goal that you're you want to keep to yourself, obviously keep that to yourself.
Right.
All right?
Is it timed?
It is timed,
Okay.
but I'm not going to tell you how much time you have. So,
Okay.
go. Okay. As we write down our goals, maybe it might be hard to actually talk. Go ahead and write. I was going to try to talk as we write, but I know that we'll start writing what I say.
Right. Ooh, I can't spell.
Ooh, me either. Time is up.
Okay.
So now let's see what you have written on your vision board. Go ahead and walk us through what you put on your vision board.
I gotta show it.
No, you can show it. You can read it.
Okay. So I wrote happiness,
Okay.
peace, financial freedom. That was the word I spelled wrong. And I was in the process of writing deeper relationship with God.
Okay. Go ahead and finish that. The last word, because I think that's important. And I wrote on mine, get closer to God, happy, happiness, a team for my show. I definitely need help, and improve show quality, which meant like audio, visuals, and things like that, right? So I came across this video earlier this week, and this guy instructed everyone to grab a piece of paper and write down your goals, like write down 10 goals, whatever. And then after you've written down those 10 goals, to sit and pick out what the most important goal to you was. Like if you could only complete one out of those 10 goals, which one would you complete? So we don't have 10 things in front of us, but we have a couple different goals. And for the people that are at home watching, I hope that you guys are joining along and you guys are participating in this activity. Look at what you've written down. And if you could only pick one out of the few things that you've written down, which one is the most important to you?
Deeper relationship with God.
Deeper relationship with God. And I can agree. That is actually the same thing for me. It was the first thing that I wrote down because I was just like, it has to happen. And so anyways.
That was the last thing I wrote down.
Well, that's okay. It's okay. The fact that it crossed your mind is good enough. You know what I'm saying? In that video, the guy had encouraged that you write it down and you pick that one thing and you focus on that for the next 30 days, 60 days, whatever. You don't have to wait until the new year to make actions on what it is that you set goals for, right? So if you see that that's most important to you, you now have it in the back of your mind. Remember it. Keep this with you. You will get to take this home so you can always see. Hey. Go ahead and circle too what we've just talked about. All right. And so that is going to be your homework for yourself, to remember that that is the most important goal to you on top of the others. And of course, when you go home, feel free to add to this vision board and do what you want with it. We're going to the next topic. Dun-dun-dun. We have 2 bowls.
Should I do?
Just pick one.
Which bowl?
Just pick one.
Oh, 2 was in there. Lessons learned this year.
Ooh, so what lessons have you learned this year?
Child, what didn't I learn?
Let's get into it. Give me the biggest lesson that you've learned this year.
The biggest lesson. Can I get a minute to think? Or like a second?
Go ahead and start. Once this thing goes, you better have your answer.
Okay. All right, I got it.
Right, go ahead. Because I was just about to put this to my lips. Go ahead.
I feel like the biggest lesson I learned this year was really to be okay with being in the passenger seat and letting God do the driving.
Okay, get into it. Why do you say that?
Just because I was just like so mad because I'm not really where I want to be at, and there's still goals that I'm trying to achieve, and it's just like, why is this taking so fucking long? And I just had to realize, like, through that process, like, God had to like get things out of me, because I'm understanding that like he cares so much about my future and the things that he has in store for me, that he's not finna let toxic, unhealthy Benicia ruin that. And so he just had to do a lot of work in the kid to get me right. And not to say that the work is done or whatever, because it's, going to be lifelong. But I definitely do feel like I've matured. I've gained emotional intelligence and just like an overall sort of peace with where I'm at in my life and being okay with the pace, because it's like I'm on God's time, God's pace, not my own.
Right. That's beautiful. And I love that you're saying that. I think that is so important, right? To just make sure that we are definitely allowing God to maneuver in our lives. I will say that as much as I know it, I be struggling with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes. And there are some times where I'm doing so good and it's like, yes, I'm letting God handle the reins. I ain't tripping off nothing. It's something happening. It's like, wait, hold up. I might need to make something shake on my own.
Right.
But it's also interesting to me that like whenever I approach that time where I feel like I forget that God is in control and I'm trying to do whatever it is that I can do, I realize that I can't do it. So that's when like the mental breakdowns happen for me. That's when the stress happens. That's where I feel anxious and, I'm just uneasy. And then I'm reminded in all of that nonsense that God is in control. There's a Bible verse where God talks about, is it God? I don't even know who says it, but it's pretty much that like God is made perfect, or God's glory is essentially perfect in our stress or turmoil and things like that. And that sounds so negative to hear. It's like, oh my God, why should I have to be broke down for God to intervene and for God's glory to shine through me? Yes. But it's through the nonsense that God's glory does shine, because you're able to identify such greatness in the midst of turmoil, you know? Yes. Do you have anything else to add?
I could add a whole lot to that, because I definitely agree, like, and then just also too, like, the story of Job or whatever, like, you know, Job was like a relatively good person and all that other stuff, but like even when he went to God for the answers, God was just kind of like, look at all this magnificence I've made. Like you cannot even begin to fathom what goes into it. So you got to be okay with not knowing, even the same way you got to be okay with knowing that things will be okay or whatever.
Like, that's beautiful too. When you think about Job and you think about the takeaway, like overall, Job is sitting here, his friends and friends' sons, everybody's sitting here trying to make sense of God. It's like, you don't know what God has planned. You can, just as you said, God is so great, we can't even fathom what is coming next. We don't even know what he's thinking. We don't even know what he's going to do for us. So stop trying to limit something so great, and allow him to make things shake in your life. Now, we are in the Christmas spirit. Go ahead and put this on. Do 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 do. Frosty the Snowman was a and thank you.
Why don't we like whipping Nene no more? What's going on with that?
I never really got into the whipping Nene. I never got into any of the dances.
No, I fucking love those.
Now watch me.
Whip, come on.
Watch
Nene.
me. Which one is Nene?
Yeah, that.
I have no rhythm for a black girl. It's honestly embarrassing.
It's okay. I still dance. The fuck?
I will do my little two-step.
She said, I'm right here with it.
But it ain't, it just ain't the same as a bust-down twerk. It's never going to hit like the bust-down twerk.
I can't twerk, though. I haven't mastered that.
Me neither. But you know what? I was actually watching a twerk class. Don't judge me. Actually, shout out to Big Lex. You know who Big Lex is? Mm-mm. Okay, Big Lex is from Johnson's Cabaret. She has her own show. Anyways, there was a twerk class on the show, and I did learn a thing or two. Okay. So shout out to them girls because they put me on to something. We're getting back into the bowl. You have one bowl. Let's go around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are some lessons you learned?
Oh, what are some lessons that I learned? I learned the same lesson. I feel like that's an ongoing lesson for me. Like allowing God to control everything. Look at you thinking you the show host. I think that's the biggest thing for me. And yeah, that's just it. I just coincide with that, and I feel like it's still an ongoing lesson. But it's becoming more apparent to me, and more. I'm learning to surrender. Like I finally understand what surrendering means. Like it's not necessarily like letting go of the idea or thought, but letting go of the fact, like letting go of the idea that I can fix it because I can't fix it. So that's how I am processing and understanding the concept of surrendering.
That's heavy, man. Because I just got to that.
It's a journey. It's a journey.
Oh yeah.
What you pull out?
Ugly sweater contest.
Woo! Okay, next activity. Yes. So we have sweaters.
Oh, we finna make some.
We're finna make some. Pick a color, black or white.
It don't matter.
Pick one.
What? It don't matter.
You're the guest. Pick one. Thank you.
She real aggressive, y'all.
Okay. Because some people are so kind. Like you're like, just pick one, and they want to give you the choice, and it's like, girl, I'm in charge here. Pick. All right, so here you go. This table might be too small. Let me get us another table. Okay. Here on the Constance Annan Show, we always prepare, even if it seems like we're not. 1 second. You're sitting at home watching the Constance Annan Show, and your life is passing you by. Maybe I'll start the business today. Maybe I'll make some content tomorrow. No, do it today. It's really that simple. Get started today and stop comparing yourself to the people on Instagram. Comparison is for the weak. Action is for the strong. All right, you guys, so it's the ugly sweater contest. We're going to see whose is better. Y'all got to get right in the comments. We're going to set a timer. B's not going to know how long the timer is set for, and we're going to get active and make cute sweaters. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Damn, how you going to grab the green?
Dang.
And don't copy me. How do you feel about being copied? You ever get copied?
Yes, I have, and it used to like piss me off. But then I realized like, oh, okay, everybody want to be B.
Right. And that's how I take it. I'm like, it low-key is a form of flattery.
But Oscar Wilde, the end of that quote though was just kind of like, because it's like imitation is the best form of flattery, but he relates that to mediocrity. Only mediocre people do that.
Right. Not even, and that's a good point too, but beyond that, like, no matter how much you copy me, nigga, you ain't never gonna be me.
Period.
You ain't never gonna be me. And I think that that's the beauty in recognizing your worth, recognizing that God has made you a unique individual.
Come on.
And trying to make sure that you aren't trying to copy other people because you feel like that's the it thing to do. Focus on you. Focus on that talent that God has put deep down on the inside of you. There's something in there that somebody don't got. Can I get an A?
Amen.
And thank you. You ain't got to copy nobody.
Hallelujah.
God created you in his image. It's something in you. And if you would just focus on that, you could shine like the rest of us.
No, seriously, people get so distracted.
Right. But, I mean, comparing yourself to people is a real fucking thing.
No, that used to truly plague me when I was, like, in high school. Even when I got to college, like, I was in such of a...
Oop.
Dang.
That's the end of the ugly sweater contest.
Wait.
You gotta stop. I gotta have security here to really enforce these rules.
Somebody just come over and grab
Like,
it.
yeah. You listen to the rules.
Take the paint out their hair like, oh.
Can we show them? I don't think we can show them because it's gonna drip.
Oh, that's tough though.
Yeah.
Very abstract. I fuck with it.
Yeah, thank you. Yours is cute too. I love the Christmas tree, the snowman. This is cute. This is cute.
It's
but
really
as we were
basic.
saying, no such thing as basic. What was we just talking about? You do your thing, I do my thing. Why can't they both coexist in the same world?
Right.
And thank you. But comparison mindset is a real thing. I came across a post the other day, and it was actually on TikTok, and this girl posted that there was like an audio, and the audio was like, okay, I'm gonna block you. And then the words on the video was, when I see the baddies moving out of their parents' house, getting a car, all this stuff, right? So I saw that and I got fucking weak because it was so relatable to me. So I posted it on my Instagram story, and a lot of people messaged me. They're like, wait, why are you blocking people? Why can't you just be happy for them? Like, let me just say this. What I do as far as blocking someone, it's not, how can I say this? Everything doesn't always revolve around other people. Like, I'm blocking you because I need to make sure that I'm not feeling negative about you. You know, I'm putting me first. I'm putting my mindset first. I'm making sure that I'm not comparing myself to you. So yes, if that means that I have to block you so that I don't see it, so I'm not comparing, I'm going to do that. It has nothing to do with you. What was your takes? Because I seen you nodding. I seen you feeling in agreement with it.
Well, yeah, because I do. Like, I had went on this little hiatus where I just wasn't on social media for a while. And that was because I was realizing, like I had revamped my social media to where I was only seeing positive stuff, positive podcasts, positive posts, whatever, what have you. But then, even then, it was getting to a point where I was watching the stuff and just would be like, it would take me into like these dark places, like, damn, why am I not doing that? Or I could be doing that better. And like, I was just realizing, like, even though I was consuming good stuff, it still it just wasn't healthy. So it's just like, I got to block some of these accounts, or just like delete the shit for a minute so that I can get myself mentally together. Like, I feel like it sucks that like blocking has such a negative
connotation.
Yeah, because like you said, sometimes it's not about you, it's about how it's infecting me and how I'm internalizing it.
Right. And I think that just goes to show how like self-centered people are. A lot of people think everything is a reflection of them, and it's like, it just don't got nothing to do with you. And I mean, again, that's just how people are. I think a lot of people think that everything is about them, and bitch, it may be in your world, but it's not in mine. Just remember that we are both different individuals, and I'm, like you said, I'm battling my own thing. Sometimes I do need to disconnect and full. I think that was another big takeaway for me this year. If we get back into the biggest lessons you've learned, I think it's okay to fucking disconnect from social media. I used to be like, why the fuck? Well, okay, let me say this. I used to be like, why the fuck you announcing that you taking a break from social media? But I get it if you have a following or whatever, or you just want people to know you don't got to worry about me. I'm just stepping off of social media because a lot of people only know that their friends are good because of social media, things like that. And there's no judgment on that. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, it's okay to take a social media break. And social media can contribute to our mental health. And I used to think that when people would say that, I'm like, how the fuck are you letting this app control you and dictate how you feel? But at the end of the day, whether or not we want to accept it, the things going on in this earth have an effect on us, can have an effect on us, right? There are so many different outlets that we're constantly consuming. You don't know how that's going to affect you. If somebody's saying that you were ugly when you were 6 years old can affect you, then why can't what you see on the internet affect you? You know what I'm saying? So I just think I've learned to give people more grace, and I've also learned that it's okay to unplug and disconnect. Now, we're getting into the next thing. I want you to pull out of here. We'll pull out of whichever one you want.
No.
Close your eyes. Pick one.
I'm weak if we watch the video back and you like push the bowl that you wanted. That's funny. Christmas carols.
Ooh! What's your favorite Christmas carol?
Damn, I got too many. I think my favorite one is the one where I gotta think of how it goes. It's like It'd be like, last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Okay.
That
so
one.
That's the one you're going to go with as your favorite?
I mean,
that's the one. Just remember you said it was your favorite. Where's my phone? Right here. All right, make sure you know how the song go, because we're about to play a game where I'm going to pull up the lyrics to the song. Mm-hmm. I'm going to sing a part of the song, and you got to be able to come in and finish the rest of the song. Oh, it's your favorite song. So make sure, go ahead and start reviewing the lyrics in your mind.
Damn.
You ready?
Yeah.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Then the very next day, you gave it away.
This year, to save me from tears,
I'll give it to someone special.
Oh! Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Then the very next day, you gave it away.
This year, to save me from tears,
I give it to someone special.
Boom, boom, boom. You win, because I don't know how I'm supposed to do the rest of this.
Oh, girl, me neither.
One bitten and twice shy. So you don't know the rest. It's okay. Next topic. Actually, you know what? Let's stop the bowl for a second. I have a gift I want to give you.
Oh.
Yes, I have a gift I want to give you.
Oh, my gosh.
You have to open it. So we do have to move these sweaters. I will move it. Don't worry. You stay seated. All right. So now we are in the gift part of the show. This gift is for you.
Oh, my goodness.
And you have to open it on camera.
Okay. I'm going to be so... What is it?
What do you think it is based off of what it looks like?
I don't know.
Okay.
It don't make no noise.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell time, jingle bell fly. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun,
okay, vocals.
Dun, 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 dun. And thank you. Show the people what your gift is.
You know what's crazy is? I was like, I bet it ain't nothing in here.
Gotcha, nigga! And thank you. Now,
funny,
I feel
though.
like, awesome, I'm glad that
That's
you thought it was funny. Okay. When I came up with this idea, I thought to myself, everything that glitters ain't always gold, right? Ooh. Yes, I saw how excited you were, and then everything just went downhill once you saw what it really was. And so when you hear that phrase, everything that glitters ain't always gold, what comes to mind?
People, opportunities, things, because that was, speaking of lessons, that was a lesson I had to learn this year. Oh. Because I would be like so quick to jump at things like, oh, I want to pay you to do this or whatever, and then I would get on the job and it'd be some bullshit. Or I would be like interacting with, oh, thanks, fix my crown. Or I would be like interacting with people that I would think were like, amazing or whatever. And then I have these interactions and these experiences, and I realize like, damn, I kind of made you to be somebody that you weren't.
Right.
And so it was just kind of like yeah, it really did a number on me. But now I truly understand that, that whole saying, because it definitely used to go over my head when I was younger.
Right. Yeah, me too. I don't think I really understood it, but like, just as you said, like, you be thinking something, like falling in love with potential, right? And that potential can be outside of a person, just as you said, opportunities, whatever it may be. I done jumped on some opportunities. I done fucked with some people thinking it was going to be something else, and they true colors eventually showed. You know what's crazy? I said eventually. It's like they true colors showed the minute I met them, but I tried to cover it up with, you never know.
Right?
This person could be XYZ. Yes.
What's her name? Maya Angelou said it best. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time.
And thank you. That's a real bar. That's a real word. I hope y'all take that with y'all. We getting back into the bowl. Pick one from one. Either one. Actually, pick two. Pick one from there. Pick one from here.
All right. What is? Fuck, marry, kill.
Ooh.
And then Satanic after school program.
Okay, so we have two things that we're going to discuss here. Let's start with the fuck, marry, kill, because I think that that's easiest. I would say I'm not a music connoisseur, but I love me some music. I feel like we probably don't have the same taste in music, but 3 albums recently dropped, and I'm sure you've listened to all of them. Her Loss by Drake and 21.
Yes.
Okay. SZA's album SOS.
Oh my gosh, I just started listening to that.
Okay, and then R. Kelly dropped an album. I Admit It.
I thought he was in jail.
Right. So, Fuck, Marry, Kill is going to be in regards to the latest albums that have dropped. And you're going to assign, which album you'd fuck, which album you'd marry, and which album you'd fucking kill.
Okay.
All right? So, do you remember all of the albums that I listed out?
Yeah.
You guys in the comments, leave your comment down below. Benicia, which album are you fucking?
Okay. I haven't fully listened to SZA's album, but the way I'm finna be on her dick for the next couple of weeks, I'd have to say I would fuck SZA's album. Okay. I would marry Drake because that's my man.
And you're not marrying Drake. You're marrying the album. So 21 is included in the marriage, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay,
Okay,
too,
I just want to make sure you was clear.
I'm sharp on it, but I said what I said.
Okay.
And then of course I'm killing R. Kelly. His album.
Right.
Because the audacity.
Right. Yeah, that nigga made an album in jail. I don't know who the fuck approved of the motherfucking album.
When did it come out?
I don't know. I saw it yesterday. I don't know when it dropped. The nigga dropped the album. I Admit It, right? We got to get the lyrics because the lyrics is unbelievable. I shouldn't even repeat the lyrics, but I'm about to repeat them. Hold up.
This man done made an album. What the?
And why is that the first Google search? I Admit It lyrics. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me try to get the right thing. What was it? I Admit It? Was it part 2? Hold on, let me get that.
He said, I admit it or I invented?
I admit.
Is he admitting?
Hold up.
What's this? The thing
Hold up,
that
y'all.
sucks about R. Kelly is that Trapped in the Closet franchise, that's probably the best thing he ever created. Like, that shit still slaps to this day.
I don't know if that's the best. I mean, he has a great amount of work, but let's not talk about his work before I say something I shouldn't say. Beyond the nigga's work, the nigga should never did what the fuck that nigga did.
Period.
And here is the album lyrics. Sorry, it should be a lot easier for me to find this. I found it the other day and I'm struggling. Do the Jeopardy song for me.
Do 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 do.
Found it. These are the lyrics. I admit it, I fucked with all the ladies. That's both older and younger ladies. But let me tell you how they call it pedophile because of that shit that's crazy. You may have your opinions, entitled to your opinions, but am I really supposed to go to jail or lose my career because of your opinions? Signed, R. Kelly.
Hey, yo, what? Bro, what?
Yes.
This nigga, what?
Right.
He's out of pocket.
No, what's out of pocket is someone listened to that A&R was like, yeah, let's go for
this
it.
This finna be a hit. Yeah.
Like, come on.
Whoa, see, but now we're getting into that whole thing where, because at one point they were trying to add pedophilia as a sexual orientation. Yes.
I've actually watched a documentary on it before, and they've been trying to push that narrative. And if you want to call it a sexuality, that's fine. I'm going to judge the fuck out of that sexuality. You're wrong or perverted. There's like I watched a whole documentary on it. Don't ask why. I don't know why. It was years ago. And they were speaking about how, like, some of them do have the urges, but they don't act on it. I guess that kind of makes you better than the weirdos that act on it. But at the end of the day, some people do say that it's like something chemically within them, an imbalance that they have that they can't control.
Yeah, they're fucking nuts.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the devil.
No, most definitely. Now, speaking of the devil, Satanic After School program, have you heard about it?
No.
We're going to get into it. Don't worry, I got you with the details on that. And y'all already heard we are 2 God-fearing women, so y'all know we're going to have some things to say about this right here. Hold up. Give me another Jeopardy.
Do 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 do.
Oh!
Do 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 do.
Hey, here we go. We can make this bitch, did you see that tweet? Because it is a tweet. Bitch, did you see that tweet? Virginia Elementary School to host Satanic After School program. The school board says they're legally required to offer the club. And then that was the tweet, and then there's a picture under it that just reiterates what it said, and it says Virginia Elementary School to host Satanic after school program. The school board says they're legally required to offer the club.
How are they legally required to offer that?
We can't assess how they're legally required, but this lets y'all know that y'all got to pay attention to what your kids are being exposed to, because there are other forces out here that are working against what the Lord has done. And it's one thing, I'm keeping it real. It's one thing if you say, you aren't religious or you don't believe in religion, but don't come trying to force sadism, satanism. Yeah. Don't come trying to force the devil on anybody or introducing it in a way that makes it appealing to anybody, because I don't care what anybody says, that is one religion I will disrespect.
No, period.
And say that it's not okay. And it doesn't need to be something that the children see, especially because Christianity is so censored in school. How the fuck y'all got a whole club dedicated to Satanism and I can't talk about my Lord Jesus Christ and Savior?
Come on, speak on it. And then on top of that, let's really get into it, because it's always, we got to protect the children. But y'all are okay with having a satanic after school program, but when we get into things like critical race theory, it's, we don't want the kids to learn about that. So it's just like, you can't, it's very hypocritical.
Be consistent. And we already know niggas ain't consistent.
At all.
They talking about legality. So that also,
how is it is it because it's a religion? Because I get that, but even then schools still have parameters on what religious stuff is allowed in school. And it's just like, y'all know what, we're not finna.
Look, I'm for inclusivity. I'm all for it. But some things you need to have some discernment for. You're not supposed to be letting everything be something that these children are exposed to. Not even like, this is just not something that should be publicized.
Because why are they? What do children gain
from this?
From learning?
It's okay.
Okay.
My dog walked in, guys.
Special guest.
You already know how it is. Woo! Okay.
But what can a child really gain from learning that?
Right.
And then it's just kind of like with the wickedness that is already out there in the media, in the industry, in movies and all that other stuff. Like, it's always, we need to censor things, but isn't this one thing like
one of the things worth censoring? And how do they decide what's worth censoring? The only time they care to censor anything is when it pertains to LGBTQ, Black people, and Christianity. No, you know what else? We're going to move from religion in a second, but I do just want to say, I have noticed that the world is so okay with people doing anti-Christian things. Like, that's A-okay to talk about. That's A-okay to publicize. That's A-okay. But as soon as a Christian speaks on how they feel about another fucking religion, culture, whatever, it's, you condemning, you shouldn't be doing that. And I'm not saying anybody should condemn anybody. I'm just saying, everybody, please be consistent.
No, really. I definitely agree with that.
Like, I absolutely
That's just an agenda thing.
It is an agenda thing.
And all that does is allow him to have his playing field. Because, like, if people, Satan's not real or whatever, then it's just like, he can just frolic the earth.
This is a part of the devil's plan. Y'all be weary. Next topic. Go ahead and pick some out the bowl. Pick two. One out of there, one out of there.
Pick two. Those were good.
Woo!
Okay. Gingerbread houses in Rush Hour 4.
Okay, so we have a gingerbread house to build.
Are we gonna make one?
We are gonna make one.
Just so you know, this is the #1 show in the world. Okay, period. What show out here making gingerbread houses? Motherfucking painting on shirts, on hoodies? Come on. It's a no-brainer.
All right, you guys. So we are doing gingerbread house making. Well, B has a gingerbread house. I have gingerbread men, and we're just gonna have fun. We're also gonna discuss Rush Hour 4. So I hope all of y'all that are watching have seen Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3. If you haven't, then I'll assume you're not Black. Have you seen all of the Rush Hour movies?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So how do you feel about a 4th one coming out? Go ahead and start.
To be honest, I don't fuck with it.
Why?
Just because I feel like we live in a time where, like, we just live in the era of the reboot. Nothing is original anymore.
Right.
And that really pisses me off. And then also too, Rush Hours 1 through 3 were made in a different time where, like, it was okay to, because some of them jokes were racy.
Right.
They were wildly out of pocket. And I feel like in today's world, that shit just wouldn't fly. And I had seen a tweet, and it was along the lines of, like, if y'all do the Rush Hour 4, I don't want it to be no Gen Z cutesy wootsy type of shit, like with like corny jokes and stuff. Like actually be what y'all used to be.
But that's how you feel. I agree with you. I do feel like we are in the era of reboot. Like everything is a fucking remake, and it's like from a creative to a creative standpoint, create what you want, do whatever makes your heart sing. But from a consumer to a creative, come up with something new.
Different.
If you don't go hire them kids that are fresh out of college or them kids that are making amazing skits on the internet, like if you ran out of creative ideas, we living in a world right now where there's so much access to creativity. If you don't go hire one of them people to help you come up with a better concept or idea, because
seriously.
the shit is tired. Rush Hour is tired.
Yes.
And you need not to do it. And I did see a tweet that was something along the lines of, if it ain't racist, I don't want it. I'm gonna keep it real. I love the raw jokes. Me too. I love the early 2000s, late 90s comedy. Shit, even earlier than then, 80s. Like anything post Gen Z time, because right now I understand everyone's sensitive and inclusivity and let's be considerate. Fine, I'm not going to argue against it, but a girl like me loves some rawness.
But it's not even at this point, it's not even sensitivity. I feel like people are so scared of cancel culture now that they don't want to, they're afraid to say certain jokes or do certain things, because it's like, I feel like the thing with comedy is, even if it's racist, even if it's wild or whatever, with any joke, there's some truth to it. That's why it be so fucking funny.
Right.
So, and if it's not funny, that's because there's no truth to it. Because it's operating off of, like, just pure dumb racism or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, it's just kind of like
the balance. Like, it's just needed. Like, the people want to see something that is funny, and people want to see something that's real. So, go ahead and put all that shit together instead of just trying to be motherfucking, I don't even know, afraid of cancel culture. And I understand it. I mean, we do live in a time now where you can literally lose your job because you are canceled. As much as I try to downplay it, and it's more so I'll downplay it as it relates to people in the limelight. Like, I don't think you're really canceled for real. Like, your fans are gonna fuck with you, and the ones that don't fuck with you, oh well. Like, I'm sure you're still making some type of money. But as it pertains to, like, Susie that was having a bad day, so now she goes to work and she kirks on the cashier, and now the cashier puts you on TikTok, and now you lost your job. Like, I just don't like that.
That's OD.
Yeah, but that's the time that we live in, and it's just like, when you're out and about, even though people don't think about it, you do kind of have to be cautious and conscious about what you do and say, because for whatever reason, everybody's trying to pull out their phone to get this TikTok viral worthy moment, even if it means you losing your job, even if your livelihood is at stake. So far as I go viral, so far as people know that I got the views and I got the numbers, I don't care what happens to you.
No, seriously, and it sucks. It really does suck, because it just sucks the life out of anything that could possibly be brought into fruition or anything like that.
Right.
Just reiterating the whole, like, people just are really scared. But I mean, I hope with Rush Hour 4, like, that it is good and that it works out.
I didn't even see myself watching it.
Me neither. Like, okay, hot take, I didn't even watch Bad Boys 3 or whatever because I just didn't give a fuck about it. And then that's the other thing too. I feel like with these reboots or whatever, they wait like 20 years just to make
come back. Yeah, it's a little
just
overdue.
like, yeah. Like, if y'all was gonna make a Rush Hour 4, y'all should have did that shit
years ago.
Yeah. Like, it just doesn't.
Yeah, you definitely hit the nail on the head, or hit the you said it. You sent us home with that one. Topic change.
Okay.
We'll talk about your movies and love for the movies offline.
My house is looking nice. Happy ending massages. Whoa.
Girl, have you heard about the happy ending massages?
The videos?
Have you seen?
Girl, yes.
Girl, first of all, are you doing a happy ending massage?
Maybe.
With just anybody?
I mean, they gotta be attractive.
So if they're attractive, you're gonna book?
I mean, don't make those faces.
I'm asking questions!
Because, you know what I mean? You know.
I don't know.
I feel like, you know, if I was single, whatever, what have you, then yeah, I would definitely do that.
Hell no. Have we seen the same videos? Like, you're literally ass naked. Did you see the video of the... Hold on.
Yeah, and they're like, you know, rubbing and touching and...
I'm not... That's so crazy. Hold on. This is a screenshot from a video.
I seen that same video, yes.
And you still fucking with it.
Okay, but before that, there was this other dude that I had seen, And I don't know, like, I think what is enticing about it is the sense of vulnerability that is portrayed in some of the videos. Like now I can't speak for that dude, but the one that I had seen, he was like very much like, you know, it was very like sensual. Like it wasn't just about like that one was weird because it just seemed like he was just like playing with the joint and was just being real weird about it. Whereas the other guy that I had watched, like, I don't know, like he made it seem like he cared. And then like the women, they just seemed so relaxed, and he would actually be massaging, not just doing that. Like it was a real massage, and then every now and then, you know, he'd grace the area. And then, you know, whatever, what have you. So, I don't know.
No, let me not try to downplay. I feel you. Like, if they're attractive, that definitely changes the game. The ones I've seen haven't been, you know, something that I'm, like, in love with. So that might be why I'm so biased or why I feel the way that I feel. But I just think that it is a lot going on. And I don't think I could do that shit. I feel like it definitely gives... First of all, there's definitely a market for it.
Yeah, for sure.
But it gives me sex work, even though it's not sex work. Like, you're too naked. And there's nothing wrong with it. If that's
No, that's not why I gasped. It's just, I wasn't even thinking of it like that. But it really does give that when you think about it.
You know, it's like prostitution.
With
like,
their hands.
Yeah. I mean, it depends the magnitude of what you do. I don't know. I'm also the kind of person, we had talked about twerking initially. Like, I'm the kind of person that I'm not going to twerk on a stranger. Like, that's too sexual for me. And you had used the word sensual. And so I understand that there's a difference between sensual and sexual. And so I guess it's all about how you approach it. But when I'm seeing nudity and I'm seeing touching and I'm seeing private parts, I'm not thinking sensual anymore. I'm thinking sexual.
Porn.
But no judgment.
I'm not done. No.
Time is up. Your gingerbread house should have already been done. Well, you have a lot more steps.
Yeah, I had to fucking figure out the goddamn schematics of this shit.
Well, while she is working on finishing that up, these are my gingerbread.
Cute.
Yes. All right, show your house.
Okay.
It is what it is. We'll finish it offline. The only reason I keep saying that is because... Damn!
This is why you don't rush art.
It really is.
Art takes time.
It does. But you know what? Anything can be art. So that concludes today's show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I loved it. B, did you have fun?
I had a fucking blast. This is the #1 show in the world,
and
okay?
Thank you.
Tune in. If you're not sharp, then you need to fucking sharpen your fucking pencil, okay?
And thank you. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Follow me everywhere at Constance Annan Show. Do you have any socials or anything you want them to know about? No. Okay. You guys just stay tuned for more of this show. I'll see you guys next week, and stay tuned for more of B. Someday, some way, you'll see this girl's name in big lights. I love you. I appreciate you. Peace and Merry Christmas. If y'all see this around Christmas. Oh, Feliz año, felicidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Hey, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
From where?
From the bottom of my heart. Woo! Welcome to the Intrusive Thoughts House. My name is Constance Annan, and my monkey cried today. And I said, wow. And then I picked it up and I threw it. And then I opened the door and I said, goodbye. And then that's when my mom came home. And then that's when I told her, God loves you. Jesus loves you. And I hope you have a happy holidays.